right, we just received breaking news, sad news. Joan Rivers, and we all know that she's been on life support for the past few days. She did pass away today. This was announced by her daughter, Melissa. It was at 1:17 Eastern Time. She initially went into that hospital, apparently, according to this article, for a minor elective procedure at the clinic when she suffered cardiac arrest. And that's when she has been unresponsive and on life support. And I know that she was moved to a private room yesterday, and I took that as being a positive thing, but maybe, I guess it wasn't. I guess her daughter, Melissa Rivers, is surrounded by her family, and I guess Joan was also surrounded by family and close friends when she did pass. And the only statement that I have from her, because this is breaking, so we don't know all the details, and we apologize for not knowing all the details, but according to Melissa, she said that they have found themselves humbled by the outpouring of the love and the support and the prayers that they've received from all of the fans. Sad. She was 81 years old. What's scary and sad to me is the fact that she went in there for, from what I understood, it was something to do with her vocal cords, right? It was an elective procedure. I thought, you know, according to the reports that we read earlier, that she was healthy before going in. So something happened while she was under, where she just did not wake up. And that's what's very scary. If you have any loved ones that are 81 years old, those are the things that you have to think about.
Yeah, and when the doctors prime you for something like that, they say based on age, there's a heightened risk, but I don't know. It's difficult to say, and it seems like Melissa and company are happy with the care she got after she went into cardiac arrest, seemed to be resting comfortably. They released a statement saying that she was resting comfortably at a hospital, but as we all know, it didn't stay that way for long. But what we do have is a long legacy of Joan Rivers making people laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge pioneer for women in comedy. You had a really great quote. Could you read it?
If you look into the story of her life, she has a great quote from her 2012 book, which was, "When I started out, a pretty girl did not go into comedy. If you saw a pretty girl walk into a nightclub, she was automatically a singer." And then she said, "I didn't even want to be a comedian. Nobody wanted to be a comedian." But at the time, because comedy was all white older men.
Yeah, it was all white older men.
So she got into it. She started and she did Candid Camera, and she had her first role, I learned, was opposite Barbra Streisand. And then she went on Carson, and actually at a time became Carson's permanent guest host whenever he went out.
And they had like a huge falling out. And then from the day that she started to the day she passed, she kept doing it. Yeah. And that, I mean, whether you agreed with what she had to say or you were offended, I mean, the point is she did so much for women being equal to men in comedy, and it's just that type of thing where it's like, that's awesome, and it's really sad to see somebody like that go at a time when they were not supposed to.
Robbie?
I think that's really interesting that she said that she didn't want to go into comedy. I didn't know that, actually. Yeah. And that to me is really fascinating, that maybe she felt called to push into that because she could, or just because she thought that was the right thing to do. I don't know, you know. But you can't really deny the importance of her role in this.
I think, Bree, when you said, you know, whether you agree with her or not, or she rubs you the wrong way or whatever, you have to respect the fact that she has opened up big time doors for all the other women that are in comedy today. She's so ballsy too. She is unfiltered. She says it like it is. I respect that. Whether if I agree with her or not, I love that about her, and I wish that I could be as ballsy as she is.
Yeah. It's tough. She was a trooper and kept going no matter what. That's a good point to make. There was a story that's going around right now that says after she left the Carson show as the permanent guest host, she got a job on Fox. They had a huge falling out, and then that show got canceled, and her husband committed suicide. She almost committed suicide, and what stopped her was her dog jumped into her lap, and she was like, "Who's going to take care of my dog?"
Yeah.
Oh,
and she was banned from the Tonight Show up until recently.
Blackballed.
Yeah, banned because of the incident with Johnny Carson.
There are things people should go watch right now. That happens in these situations. You need to go watch Spaceballs.
Yeah,
she plays
I love her
Dot
in
Matrix.
Spaceballs.
But you need to see her documentary, Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work. It's a really good story about her life, and you really have no idea. She's been through a lot.
She was on Louis this last season. which is a great role. Also, Muppets Take Manhattan, where she and Miss Piggy have a little situation. And then also, the best part for me about Joan Rivers, and this whole situation, is she's such a distinct personality that you can picture what she would say maybe about her passing. I'm thinking one thing she would say, it's such a tragedy, my face was so young.
Yeah. And you know what? And you can laugh at that because she would. She would love that, and I hope she's laughing right now. And you know what?
I met her a year and a half ago, and she was so nice. She rode in my dad's earthquake simulator for her show with Melissa.
What?
And it's one of the funniest clips.
Melody, are you okay? Oh my. Has anyone got a cigarette?
Can you imagine if that were real in your house and everything?
Is that like the
all
big
over?
one? Well, first of all, this wouldn't be my house because I wouldn't decorate like this. But if I was visiting someone with no taste, it would be very frightening.
So professional and so hilarious.
And kind and love it. Oh, wow. So this just happened. I don't even think we've been able to process it. So again, we don't know all the details, but we do, our thoughts and prayers are with her family and with Melissa, and definitely a loss, especially in the world of comedy. And please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll see you guys all next time.